and welcome to the Can I Retire Now podcast with your hosts, Nick Russell and Becky Wagoner. I'm your podcast producer, RJ Malik. Now here's Becky to kick off this edition of the Can I Retire Now podcast.
Good morning, Nick.
Good morning, Becky.
So tell me, what are we talking about today? Because Nick planned this entire episode.
Okay. First, I just realized that most of the times when we start off an episode, you say good morning because we record in the morning, but people could be listening to this at night.
You want me to be like the Truman Show? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night,
there
or
you
whatever
go.
it is.
I like it. Yeah. So today I thought we would talk about something that oddly is coming up more and more in conversations I'm having with people. Both advisors and clients.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a few conferences earlier this year, and this kind of phrasing has come up. So it might be semantics, but I think it might be an interesting thing to talk about, which is the difference between retirement planning and financial planning.
So you're saying there's a difference.
I am saying there's a difference. So, but not a weird thing, not a weird initial feeling to have, because some people go, "Oh, I work with my investment advisor. He helps me with my retirement."
Financial planning versus retirement planning.
Yeah, like duking it out here. So
Are they that opposite?
no,
Oh,
no, not
okay.
at all.
Okay.
I view one as a small microcosm of the other.
What is the bigger picture?
So the big picture is financial planning is, I consider that imagine a blueprint for your entire life. And then retirement planning is like a specialized chapter of that book.
Okay. A blueprint for your entire financial life.
Financial life.
Okay. And retirement is a chapter in that book.
Yeah. I don't know if the cross metaphor is there, blueprint, book, something.
Yeah, we pulled them all in, but
yeah.
That's okay. Okay.
But yeah, I think so. Retirement planning is essentially a subset of financial planning.
All right.
Right. So conceptually, probably not crazy to think, but I want to touch on a few issues that come up when you work with one instead of the other.
Okay.
Or focus on one instead of the other. So,
okay.
So I think people mistakenly assume a financial plan when you're working with a financial planner, like they do a comprehensive plan, just covers retirement.
I mean, I would. Are you telling me it doesn't? You're telling me it is included, though. You're flip-flopping here.
So, so let's say you're average Becky with a stunningly good-looking husband who's charming, and you're going in to meet with a financial advisor for the first time.
Okay.
What do you think the number one concern you're going to want to talk to them about?
I need to save for retirement.
Bingo. Right. So people immediately correlate that person on the other side of the desk is going to help me retire. Right.
They aren't.
No, I'm not saying they're not.
But yes.
But that's like period, end of the sentence. They're ready to turn the page.
Yeah.
The way I view it is you go in thinking, I need help with my retirement planning. That to me is really mostly investment planning. It's make my money grow as much as possible so I can get to the finish line.
Okay. So you're saying financial planning is more of a saving strategy overall.
Correct. And it's not just savings, it's spending, it's debt management. It's, we'll call them outside investments. Say you want to buy a rental property instead of just jamming money in your 401k. It's employee benefits. It's estate planning. It's your favorite, tax planning.
God darn the taxes.
Yeah.
Always the taxes. Okay. So financial planning is a really
it's insurance.
Big...
Insurance comes into that, right?
Yeah.
So I think proper comprehensive planning should look at all of those pieces.
Okay.
And that's because people don't focus on that, and not people like listening to the show, financial advisors don't focus on that comprehensive view of all of those different pieces that affect someone's life. I think they're shortchanging.
Okay. So what are they doing then?
Investment management. They are basically saying, you have an old 401k, roll it over to me. I'll manage your IRA. I'll charge a fee for it, and I'll do a better job than you will.
Making money on money.
Yeah, which, by the way, is important. It's very important. I'm not poo-pooing that at all. That's a very important thing to make sure that people are invested properly. They're diversified. They're accumulating money. But over the years, I've helped a few advisors retire. I've helped brought in a bunch of new clients here with the firm, and most of our clients have worked with financial advisors in the past. And then when they come in the office, say, well, how have I been doing? Here's my account. I mean, it's very obvious to me that their interactions with that advisor have all been around investments. How much did I earn this year? It's not even conceptually, am I on track?
So that is not a financial plan, is what you're saying.
No, that's an investment strategy. You have an investment strategy, but
So is that considered retirement planning?
So it's interesting. So this is actually part of why this came up for a conversation today. When I was at this conference a few weeks ago, I had multiple advisors say to me that accumulation was retirement planning. So what we're doing now, we're saving, we're investing, we're growing.
Accumulation is retirement planning. Okay. I like that. Right. Yeah. You save. That's what most people think of as are you saving for retirement? You're accumulating. Okay.
But to me, retirement planning is the distribution stage.
So how do I get the money right, out? Nick? You're you're going all in circles here. I'm very confused.
Well, no. And this is why something as simple as retirement planning versus financial planning feels like, well, duh, they're different.
Yeah, and so far I have less clarity, so I'm going to need you to.
Okay, let's take a step back. Okay. Have Becky have another cup of coffee, and I'll reframe. So let's talk about what financial planning should be.
Okay. Financial planning should be.
How am I doing today? That's cash flow, income and expenses, assets and liabilities, like your net worth, debt management, insurances, the right protection pieces.
Okay.
Right? Do I have enough life insurance, disability, my employer benefits, all of that kind of stuff. It should be all the medium-term stuff, which for us, it's becoming short-term goals, financing college education for the kids, buying the next investment property, moving, job changes.
So all the stuff that is between now and retirement.
And
also include
saving for retirement. But then also includes distribution during retirement. So we've talked about things like Roth IRAs, that's low-hanging fruit, right? So if we just save in our 401k all these years, we may be accumulating a lot of money, but we may be setting ourselves up to pay a lot of taxes later.
Oh.
So how do we do true financial plan, thinking about the future while accumulating?
Things. Okay. And so in your opinion, just doing retirement planning is just accumulation or distribution?
So what I find most people in our industry are doing is just the accumulation part.
Okay. They're not planning on how it will be distributed. Okay.
And they're not thinking about long-term healthcare costs or taxes or estate planning or any of the stuff that happens at that phase of life, which, we unfortunately, we lost a few clients this year that passed away. And some had their estate planning done and some didn't. But one was in his 50s, one in their 60s, and one in their 70s. These weren't like people at 95 years old passing away.
Yeah.
They didn't have the right documents in place. Okay. And so I can make them as much money as possible in accumulation. It's not really helping them and their families when they pass away without the right proper estate plan.
Okay. Or if people successfully save enough money and then don't have the right strategies to distribute it and save, and not pay ridiculous taxes, et cetera, et cetera.
Does that make more sense?
We're getting there.
We're getting there. We're getting there, folks. It's official.
I understand it. I'm just trying to solidify the difference. So in your mind, retirement planning is saving enough money and distributing that money when you're older. Financial planning includes goals, insurances, taxes, all that kind of stuff, where retirement planning is just putting it in and taking it out and not considering everything else around it.
Correct.
Okay.
Right?
We got there.
Okay. Yeah. And I think your confusion, not to say you're confused, but
I am. That's fine.
Even my ability to explain it off the cuff to someone I love and am married to and understands me better than anybody else, the fact that didn't immediately make sense is a perfect example of why when someone goes, oh, I'm going to meet with my investment guy, he's helping with my retirement, or even I call the 800 number for my 401k, they're helping me with my retirement. Are they helping you to the fullest extent they could be helping you?
Okay.
And that's what I just want to make sure that the note here is that people that are listening to this should make sure that the person they're paying to help them, the professional, is actually doing everything they can do for that person.
So how do they make sure they're doing that? Is it a list of questions? Is it a qualification the person has? Is it what do you think?
It's probably a mix of all of those. I mean, we've talked on the podcast before about asking the right questions when you interview
if they're a fiduciary.
If they're a fiduciary,
I remember that.
How they work with their clients, their process. Do they do financial projections like a financial plan? What do they consider when it comes to that? Are they fully licensed to offer insurance products, annuities, all investment? Are they an independent firm?
Okay.
Are they stuck with just one company's products? I think those are all important questions to ask. And I'm going to sound biased because we are an independent firm. We are fully licensed and we're all fiduciaries, all the advisors here. We can literally offer whatever we need to for clients. Regardless of product, regardless of company.
Okay.
So I sound biased, but I think people benefit from that, having that kind of relationship that they don't have to worry about, oh, this is a proprietary thing.
Okay.
So you kind of hit on a point there where retirement becomes a very precision thing, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Like it's
no, it is.
Well, okay.
You're like, so I like this side of you because you're like, obviously this is what it is. And I just want to let you know, it is not like all obvious to me.
Okay.
You're so into it and geeking out. And I'm just like, wow, that is so many things you just said.
Yeah. Which is why we're talking about it, right? Because you are not in the weeds like I am every day with this. And so this seems.
Honestly, I would feel like if I had a guy, an investment guy.
Okay.
And I would call him a financial planner. But if all he was doing was like, we're growing your money, I'd be like, hot diggity dog. And I'd say, how much do I need to retire? And if he had an answer that was like, you need to save $2 million, that'll give you, $60K a year when you retire, blah, blah, blah. I'd be like, I'm set. I would not think to ask like.
Any follow-up questions?
No,
God, I love
so
you.
Lame.
Oh, boy.
But you know what I mean? I wouldn't think like, but have we considered life insurance? Have we considered taxes? What about?
And should you be considering that? No.
Well, you're saying
theory,
no,
right?
but I wouldn't know that I need to ask those things, I guess, to have a comprehensive financial plan.
Yeah. And I think that's why this doesn't seem like a weird question, like, oh, financial planning, retirement planning. Yeah, I guess they're different, but maybe they're not that different. Most people feel that way. But it's so different because of exactly what you just said. You don't even know what to ask, what not to ask, or what to expect or not to expect. And if you think about exactly where we are in life, like we should have a financial planner, right? We should have a financial plan because think of all the things that are changing on a day-to-day. And planning is fluid, right? Things happen, job changes, life changes.
That's like a marker of on the right path, right? Like making adjustments as you go.
Yes. So,
okay.
Yeah. And conceptually, I was saying retirement planning is like more of a precision thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a formula, right? It's like you said, I have to save this amount of money so that I can withdraw this amount, which means I can have this much income.
Yeah.
That's like a black and white formula. Financial planning is this ebbs and flows. And I mean, you know, a bunch of clients that, want to buy rental property. Well, what does that mean? Does it mean we have to take money from one place and put it somewhere else with the idea of it making us money? Do we, we talked about buying your car recently. Do we finance? Do we not finance? That's all financial planning. That's all thinking about how to get the best use of your money at all stages of life at all times.
We should all be looking for somebody that does all of that.
If that's what you're looking for help with.
Well, I think you're making the argument that financial planning is better than retirement planning. More comprehensive.
It's more comprehensive. Yeah. And for the average person, I do think it's what they're looking for. And therefore somebody who's 25 or 27 or 30, and more in the early stages of life, aren't going to work with a retirement planner in a lot of cases. They need more financial planning, right? And once you're in retirement, you've already accumulated. What now? You need strategies that come with financial planning. I can see you glazing over while I'm saying this. This is not hitting like I thought it would hit this morning. Wow. Hopefully people listening, it makes a little more sense. So I jotted down a few things that like jump out at me.
It does make sense to me. It does make sense. I'm absorbing.
Are you? Are you? Are you absorbing?
Yeah. Okay. Boy. So tell us our highlights.
Yeah, I think some differences, right? We mentioned one. Retirement planning is like a formula.
Mm-hmm.
I want this at this age. You can back into the number. Think of it like a calculator.
Yeah.
Right. A financial plan is more like, I don't know, you're a creative person. It's more like a piece of art. You start painting.
If I did this, this would happen.
Yeah. What if I just put a little smush there of paint or a little wasp of this? Or what if I mix these two colors together? It's a lot of like what ifs and the repercussions of those ripple effects.
Oh, okay.
Right. So it's more of there's math behind it and substance, but it's more of an art. Things are going to ebb and flow, and you got to kind of like water, you got to go, you got to kind of mosey through it. But, and retirement planning is just, well, if I want this is what I get. Oh, I want to retire a year earlier. Well, that's how much I need to save now and how much I need to earn.
Okay.
Again, important so that you can retire.
Yeah.
But I think a major difference.
Okay.
And then risk is another one that always jumps off the table.
Yeah.
To me. So the types of risk you're willing to take from an investment perspective on your retirement planning or on generally long-term planning is usually scaled a little higher. But if let's say you want to turn around and buy a property in a year, you're not going to take the same kind of risk with that lump sum of money that you would with money you're not going to touch for 20 years. So, and if let's say you have a goal, like I have a client who just had a baby, we're talking about education planning. Well, that's 18 years from now. Well, in 15 years, when it's only 3 years away, they're going to want to take a little different level of risk with that money because that timeline's right
sooner.
there.
Yeah.
Okay. So being able to make those kinds of shifts.
Okay.
And then I think kind of the overarching difference is financial planning tends to be emotion driven. They're aspirational goals, milestones. It's about the progress you're making along the path. It's the whole like
it's about the journey.
Journey, not the destination. Financial planning is the journey. Oh, I should have started with this.
There's so many metaphors and similes happening in this.
It's like a hot dog, is it a taco or a sandwich? Yeah, it's one of those things. But it's about that. So like think about it. You could things plop into there. Things say, oh, I want to do this. I never thought about that 5 years ago, or I don't want to do this anymore, or this has become more important to me or not important to me. Or things I wouldn't have considered when I was in my 30s. Now I'm considering in my 40s or 50s.
Yeah.
Because they're much more relevant. Retirement planning is, again, because it's more formulaic, it's, do I have enough saved? Am I on my pay? Is it like security and confidence and like, I'm getting there. And then I feel like once you retire, it goes back to planning. It goes back to, great, now I have this amount. How do we ebb and flow as life,
health changes,
health
housing changes,
taxes, housing, vacations, good and bad, mortality. How do we make sure that the retirement planning you've done now can ebb and flow more through what your life may bring you?
All right. So people should have a financial plan, not just a retirement plan.
Correct. I think they should have a financial plan. They should have a short, medium, long-term strategy for these different phases of their life.
All right. And if you were to take a guess for a fun fact quiz.
Oh boy.
What percentage of Americans do you think have a financial plan that is written down?
Well under half. I would say 20%.
You are low.
I'm low.
According to a survey done in 2024 by Charles Schwab, 36% have financial goals that are documented in a formal plan. And of that 36%, 96% feel confident they'll reach their goals. This is like our New Year's episode where we talked about goals. Like if you write them down, you're more likely to achieve them.
100% the case.
So this is if you write them down, you'll feel good. And then, so 64% have no formalized financial plan.
Can we take a beat right there?
Yeah.
So a third of people essentially have a written down formalized financial plan.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, I don't know the numbers offhand. 20-ish years ago when I first started in the industry, that number I bet you was like 10%. So kudos.
Good job, financial planners.
Financial planners out there, which by the way, I heard something the other day that I thought was really telling. I think it kind of goes with this retirement planning versus financial planning. I know we're already in your fun fact, and this is your time to shine, and I'm talking again.
I love this.
Yeah, I know. Just remember you love me. Someone told me the other day that doing a financial plan for a client or doing financial planning for clients as an advisor is now table stakes. And I thought about that. When I was first starting, the fact that I did financial planning for clients was unique and different. And it really was a different approach.
A differentiator. Okay.
Now I think if you're not doing it as a financial advisor, you might as well be in black and white TV. Like, you are so behind the times, so much so that we're actually seeing the next evolution, I think, of what is now becoming table stakes.
I don't know this term, table stakes, but
table stakes, like what it costs to play poker.
Okay.
Like how much money you go to the table.
I was thinking of cow steaks. Like steaks on the table.
Yes.
We need to wrap this up. My brain is not functioning here.
So anyway, do you want to know what the next phase is?
I'd love to.
Tax planning, your favorite. I think if advisors are not doing tax planning,
somebody needs to do it, because this is not me. So no. I agree. That's a good next step.
So that's I think is kind of a drum up to that. If people are working with somebody, they should be doing comprehensive planning. That is basically a requirement, I think, for financial advisors now. So sorry, I stole time from your.
No, it's okay. It wasn't very interesting. It was just for the people that.
Wow, way to sell it.
Okay. Well, anyway, for the people that don't have anything written down.
Okay.
Which is 64% of people.
Okay.
So a third of those don't have any plan. They're just
no plan.
Loose in the world. Yep. And then 40% have thought about it, but have not written it down.
Okay.
So those are the facts.
So Becky, where are you in that?
I am married to a financial planner, and if it weren't for him, I wouldn't have anything written down. But I'm pretty sure we have something written down.
We do.
We've talked about it.
We have a financial plan. Yeah, we review it.
Yeah.
But do you think you would be in the group that's just Woodstock, free spirit, not worrying about it?
I would have thought about it. And I think this would be the age between 40 and 45 that I probably would have went and met with somebody if I hadn't met you.
You think so?
I hope so.
Well, I'm just curious. I'm legitimately asking because I feel like now through all these conversations that that's late, right, to start.
Well, I know now, but I feel like if I were just...
And I'm not judging. I'm
like,
just,
on my path without you, I probably would have been like, maybe earlier, but probably 40 would have been a trigger.
It's not unrelatable to people. I think a lot of people are at that point. So I'm happy you married a financial advisor.
Yeah, you and me both.
Who does your financial plan for you, does our financial plan as it evolves over time. But yeah, sorry if that wasn't as clear and concise as it could have been. But I feel like the general idea is to make people aware that retirement planning is a piece of the pie, right? And if investment management, it's a piece of the pie, right? If you're meeting with someone, you're working with someone, there's all of these other aspects of your life that could save you money, protect your family, manage debt or interest rates. All these little pieces, let alone all the crazy things that happen, what I always say outside the house, economic policies, tax law changes, all that kind of stuff. Make sure if it's overwhelming to think about all of these things, which
find someone to do it for you.
There you go. Or marry them, one or the other. But yeah, I don't think that's standard practice, but yeah. So, but interesting. I was happy to hear that a third of people basically have financial goals and plans written down. It does make an insanely impactful difference when you do write it down.
Set you up for success.
So, well, thank you, Becky.
Well, thanks, Nick.
Do you have any questions on any of the information we covered today?
Not today.
If you did, where would you go?
You would go to any of the websites or social medias, sunrisewealthadvisors.com. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and the places, YouTube. Look
at you doing the outro.
Yeah.
I love it. So impressive.
Thanks.
Yeah. So thank you for listening. Becky told you where you can find us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thanks, Nick and Becky, and we're looking forward to your next podcast. And thank you for listening to today's Can I Retire Now podcast. Until our next podcast, for Nick, Russell, and Becky Wagoner, I'm RJ Malik.